So, I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, but I'm just going over the majority of the modifications I've done to my 2017 Civic Type-R, which is the FK8. So let's get into it. So this is her, a GM Blue 2017 Civic Type-R. As you can see, I've done the lip kit, but I did it a little bit different where everyone, I don't know why, has not painted this part. They left it black, which I just think looks weird. So I decided to go against the norm and actually paint mine, and I actually like it a lot better. I did have to space my rear diffuser down a little bit to account for these things sticking down, which actually turned out to be a very lucrative thing because my entire rear diffuser is on a quick release system. All I have to do is press a button and it falls down. I'll show you as much as I can. Let's see if I can set you up. So basically, instead of where the bolts would be, you press a button and it pops down. Press another button, pops down. Press another button, pops down. As you can see, it starts to come down. And if you want to put it back up, you just click them all right back in place, good and steady. So that's a modification I did with a bunch of little hood pins, which are these. But yeah, I did that to the rear diffuser. I also did it to the front splitter. So my front splitter, rear diffuser can come off the car in a matter of maybe 2 minutes. A minute if I'm rushing it, and that way I'm still able to get up on, like if I go to a mechanic shop and they want to put me on the lift or something and it's sitting too low, all I gotta do is press those buttons and all that comes off, considering she's still riding at stock height, and she will forever be riding at stock height unless I get air ride, which I doubt because air ride just costs too daggone much. But I like it sitting at stock height because I can go off-road, and we live out in the country. I do plan on going cross-country, so having it at stock ride height is actually beneficial for me, and I like it. I've owned cars that are lower, and yeah, they're fun, but you're limited to where you can go. It's hard to get over speed bumps. I mean, I've learned how to do them. I don't want to anymore. You know, I'm 45 years old. I don't care to spend 2 minutes going over a speed bump. But anyway, taillights from, I believe, HRS. I'm not sure which version these are. Either V3, V4, V5, whatever. Rear deck spoiler, or whatever they want to call this, from eBay. I'm waiting for another guy who's making one where it actually goes up like it's an automated spoiler, this part, that actually matches these HRS taillights. So until that happens, I'm keeping that one on. That way it's a constant light bar all the way across. Since the rear reverse lights are not that good, this is my reverse light. I still had the regular stock ones, but this actually helps a heck of a lot. Love that thing. Can't say enough good things about it. Also, I do pull a trailer with this car, and yes, you can pull a trailer with this car. I'm not going to go through the specifics, but if you get the hitch kit for, I believe, a Sport, it bolts right up, but you do lose your third exhaust. I don't care. The thing didn't even work anyway. As you can see, I still got the resonator in there. Not sure if you can see. You can kind of see it. But basically, this light comes out, and you put the trailer hitch ball on, and then this light will go on the back of the trailer, so that way I still have my third, or whatever, my little F1 racing light that blinks all the time. But yeah, I mean, she pulls I would not go excessive with what you pull. I pull a tiny little trailer, or you can put like a bike rack on the back of the car or whatever, but I would not be pulling like a trailer full of sand or anything. Let's see. As for the rear of the car, I've got my Boss amp, which when it turns on, it looks like it has a big red H. That's all down there. The LC2. And then that tank is not for air ride. That tank is for my train horns. Yes, I have train horns in this car. You'll learn to love something like that when you go into New York City. It is amazing. I don't suggest getting it from where I got it. I got it off, I think, eBay or, no, Amazon. And I had to do some modifications to it to actually work correctly. I got lucky. I didn't have to replace much. I believe I had to replace a solenoid. And I did have to buy new tubing. But I do have a quick release system. I'm not sure if you can see it because it's really dark in here. Actually, I can get a light so you can see it, just in case. Oh, damn it, wrong button. There we go. No. There we go. So that's the quick release for the air, in case I need to let some of the air out. There's my amp. I did put a bigger subsystem in here, which I can turn off. And the reason I have it to where I can turn it off, see that little button right there? The reason I have it so I can turn it off is so that when we're trucking groceries around, this amp will actually turn off, and it won't like melt the grocery bags or anything like that. Not that I've ever seen that happen, but better safe than sorry kind of thing. I do have these Kansei wheels. Let me go on this side. You can actually see stuff better. Don't mind all the trash around. We're doing a lot of construction with our new pool and all that. We got to put media in the pool. So these are Kansei, I believe. Formulite. So, yeah, Kansei. 18 by 9s. Love these rims. Everyone was like, "Oh, you went down 0.5." I'm like, I don't care. I like the way they look. You do you, I do me. This is my car. I do it how I like it, how I want to. I really don't care. I've grown out of that thing where I care what other people think. That didn't last long. I've always been one to go against the grain. Got my roof rack system, spare fuel, because we do take long trips up to like Maine and stuff, and I have actually gotten really close to running out of gas before with this car because she sucks right when she gets down near the bottom. GMRS, I believe they call it, GMRS radio. This is my antenna for it. I have a roof rack light system, which I ordered the one that looks a lot like my headlights, which are Morimoto XB headlights. So they kind of match. Love these headlights. Amazing headlights. Then I got the little lights that go in the ducts from eBay, I believe, or these things are so hard to find. But when I got them, I'm very happy with them. None of them have gone out. I've had them for about 2 years now. They've done great. XK Chrome bulbs for my fog lights. I got rid of the LED ones just because I wanted to be able to put RGB lights in here, so they do have RGB, but they also do regular fog light. There's my front splitter. Did put other horns in here, so I do have the regular horns alongside my train horns, which are behind this and behind that. I made my own my own pull bar or tow bar or whatever you want to call it. I actually have a welder and I welded my own exactly how it looks on the one that is sold online, because I wasn't going to pay that much for a tow bar. That's ridiculous. Prices for car parts have gotten out of control. Let's see. Got my Rally Sport mud flaps. This is, as far as I know, the only Honda Civic Type-R in the United States that has lane watch. And yes, it works. I actually went through a lot of wiring and all that. If anyone has any questions on how to do that, just let me know. I might be able to help you from what I remember. But I love having lane watch. Also got my Aeroflow Dynamics vent shades. I call them window shades. I don't know why they call them vent shades, but anyway. And yes, I do have Honda in this car. I finally got it installed. Oh, there's the tail lights, and that's what the bottom light does. Also got those. The little green light down here, that is actually for my switch. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a little switch right there that turns on my Honda, because I don't like it staying on all the time. Although that little LED stays on all the time. I don't know why they constructed it like that. So, let's turn the car on. I'll turn my headlights off. So there's the button for the train horns. My Honda is actually behind here, which so I've got my Honda and my you-know-who, we shall not say her name, because then you might have one close by and she'll be like, what do you want? You-know-who is behind here, the speaker box, and also my Honda is behind here. This is just a tablet that I use to do my battery tracker, which I do have the most expensive battery in this freaking car. I don't know why it shows up sideways. But anyway, let's see. Turn that off. Clear. So yeah, you do my battery tracker, Honda, my camera. I can do that down here. I usually do the battery thing up here. So like I can do, let me turn it on. Hold on. So now my Honda is on. Turn my AC off. So as you can see, it's connection successful. I do have my tire pressure monitoring system. I have an extra USB thing here. This is for my GoPro system, which mounts right there. There's the cable. These are other things. This is my switch box for everything. This is for the LED bar and the grill up at the front. This is for the light bar on top. This is the power for my air horns. This no longer does anything. My underglow. I don't know what this is for. To be honest, I can't remember what I had that hooked up to. It says horn. This is for my GMRS radio, which the main part of it is down in there, and then auxiliary is for the interior lighting. Yes, I have my gun in here. That's my controller for my subsystem. My Easy Pass. Oh, and this. Oh, and yes. So there's a lane watch. As you can see, it works. Also, because we have kids, I have a 3-seater. I got rid of the thing in the middle and stuffed it with some foam and just put that cover over top of it. You can't even tell. And then I got the third headrest with the seat belt, so I can have 3 people in the back seat. I do have the nice floor mats in here, which are dirty as heck right now. Let's see. Now for under the hood, which I'm sure everyone's curious about. Oh yeah. Not much is done, I'll be honest. Let's see. So the reason these bolts are here is because I had a scoop on here. Because for some reason when they built this hood, they did not take into consideration the aftermarket intakes. And water will leak through these vents into the airbox, as you'll see, if you have an aftermarket one. So right here at this lip, it would leak through there and get into my air filter. So I did have a scoop up here at one point that went like this to keep the water out, but I did not like it. I liked having this flat looking hood with the bigger scoop in the middle. I really should not have gotten the hood that had these vents, to be honest. But I did, so I had to make it work. And instead of having the scoop, what I did was I got some clear acrylic and just put that here. But that was after I'd already drilled all these holes for the scoop. But it's no big deal. I mean, from far off you can't tell, and even if you're up close, I really don't care. It works, it functions, it keeps rain out, so, but it still lets the hot air back out. The only things I've really done to the engine is, of course, the engine intake, the Mishimoto coolant tank, and then I got these panels, because I'm holding up the hood, I can't point to them, but these panels right here, and on this side, they came off eBay. And then I got a catless downpipe, but I still have all my resonators. I did delete my muffler system, or the 2 mufflers on the sides, but I kept all the resonators. I got a catless downpipe, and she sounds amazing. Actually, I'll turn her on, let you hear it. Here, I've never done this before. I can actually put you right here. Well, I turn her on. Let's see. Well, there we go. Okay. as you can hear, it's nice and deep and bassy. It's not loud like a lawnmower. Here, I'll rev it for you a little bit. So that's the exhaust system. Again, I can show you now that the car is running, the Honda actually working. And it's very responsive. And that is due to, if I can, that thing that's going around in circles, that's the AutoCast P3. That's what this whole system is. I like it. The only thing is, to get everything you want out of it, you have to get a SIM card for it. It's to me, it's really not worth it unless you have a SIM card, which I've got my old one in here, but it doesn't work. That's why it says 4G, because my old phone died, and my phone that I'm on right now is my new one. I was hoping it might still be active, but it's not. But like I said, unless you have a SIM card or an extra line to put into the P3 system, which, let me get that flashlight so you can actually see it. So that's it right there, that little round thing, which I hook into that USB port. But yeah, unless you get an actual spare line for it, it's not even worth it, to be honest. It's like a $200, $300, $400. You can find them for all different prices. Let's see. Also, other things I've done. I've got extra USB ports, which are down there, that I put in. I've got other USB ports in the back for the kids, and also an extra cigarette lighter plug port, which is right there. Okay, so I'm sure everyone wants to hear the horn. That's the horn. But anyway, that's pretty much it for my Type-R. I honestly can't think of anything else that I have in this car that I have done. I tinted my windows. But yeah, I believe that's it. I'm really trying to think, because I keep thinking I'm forgetting something. I don't know. Anyway, if any of you have any questions about anything I installed, let me turn my Honda back off before I freaking forget. Sorry, it took me a second. This hand doesn't work quite like it used to. That's the reason why I wear this glove. I actually had a trailer hitch to go through my hand. It still functions. It's just this finger and my thumb, I don't really have as much feeling in it. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, I believe that's it. So yeah, like I said, if anyone has any questions about anything that I've installed on my Type-R, feel free to ask. You know, you don't learn without asking. So right now, she's running on a basic Honda tune. I haven't gone to get it tuned. I just basically did what everyone else does and just selected what I had. My catless downpipe is a Vivid, so I had to go with an equivalent because they didn't have the Vivid downpipe on their list. I'm not sure who I went. I can't remember who I went with. HKS or something like that. But yeah, she definitely has a lot more get up and go now. That's a definite. I was able to get rid of the code that it kept throwing because of the aftermarket intake. I don't know. I've come to find out that FK8s tend to be very finicky from car to car. Like they're not all. It's weird. It's like not all Type R's are made the same. One might throw this code. One might throw that code. Well, mine kept throwing like a P101 something code. It wasn't getting enough voltage for something, so I was able to go up there on Honda and find the thing that turns it off, or it increases the electricity to that thing so it doesn't throw the code. And so far, nothing. No codes, no nothing, which is awesome because I'll be honest, I was scared shitless to do this on my own to jailbreak the car. I mean, I've dealt with the S300 or S3000 or whatever it was, the old Honda, but I have never messed with one like this. And it can be quite scary, especially when they say you can brick your ECU. But I do plan on one day, soon-ish, to get it actually tuned. It's just right now, she's running fine. I don't go all out. I've gone 85% with her. Sorry, that was the seat. And I mean, she runs fine for now, so I'm not in any rush. I wanted to get everything else done, and she's pretty much done. I mean, I got a few little things here and there I want to get, like the catch can for it. There's actually two, one for the front and one for the bottom of the engine, I believe. So catch cans and the intake pipe, and then a tune, and then she's done completely. So I figured now would be a good time to do this video, considering now she's pretty much wrapped up and ready for everything. I mean, I got paint chips here and there on the front like anyone else. It's a daily driven car. I mean, she gets driven daily along with our Honda Ridgeline. So yeah, I don't baby my Civics. I don't baby my Hondas. I drive them rough. They get scratches. They get dents. They get pop marks. I know some of you are like cringing at that, but a car is a car. Once you get my age, it's, you know, I've been through car shows. I've been to car meets. I've been in car clubs. Shout out to Speedline. You know, I've done it all. And keeping a car immaculate, it gets to a point to where it's just like, why? It's my car. Why should I care what other people think? So at this point, it's like, if it gets a nick on the front, I'll touch it up with a touch-up pen. I don't need to get my car wrapped in that clear bonnet stuff and whatever that other coating is, ceramic coating. You know, I don't need to do all that. It's a daily driver. It's going to get nicks. It's going to get scratches. It's going to get dents. It's going to get all that. As long as I don't wreck it, I'm good. Which this car has been wrecked. This car hit a deer coming back from New York City. Up in the mountains, almost home. Raining at the top of the mountain, and a deer runs out in front of me. It smashes the front right during COVID. So it's hard as hell to get any kind of parts for it. But the guy took it to Peeler, which Mark Peeler, which is down here in Salisbury, Gold Hill area. He fixed my stock front bumper. He's also the one that did the painting for my lip kit. Guy's amazing. His shop reminds me of the shop I used to work at, which was Ocampo's Customs. I didn't work there, but I did a lot of work with them. I helped them with a 270Z, or I can't remember. Had a TV raised up in the back. But we did a lot of cars there. We did my car there. Those guys are based out in Virginia Beach near the Naval Station. Last I remember. So if you ever want to find a custom car place to go to, Ocampo's Customs. The guy who runs it now, I believe, is CJ. I believe. And his dad, Jeff. I'm not sure if Jeff still works there or not. But shout out to CJ and Jeff. They do amazing aftermarket work. You got to see their stuff. Their stuff is pretty baller. I do miss them. There are parts of Virginia I miss. Millennium Motorsports, Ocampo's Customs. The things that I don't miss, though, outweigh the things that I do miss, and that's just one thing. The cops in Virginia Beach are horrible. They are the dregs, the absolute epitome of cops. The cops around here and everywhere I've been in North Carolina, awesome guys, awesome. They actually pull me over to look at my car because they like it. Dude, I actually had a cop come over. Man, I just pulled you over because I wanted to look at it. I was like, seriously? But anyway, cops in North Carolina, great. Cops in Virginia suck. And they can suck my balls. Anyway, sorry, going off on a rant. So anyway, like I was saying, if you have any questions about my Honda Civic Type-R, feel free to ask. I'll answer as much as I can about the Honda system, about how I did the quick releases on all this stuff. Like I said, I've done this for years. I've done custom car stuff for years. I know I have poke on my wheels. I like it. I went through hell doing the measurements to get just the right amount of poke to where she does not rub. I've had people say, oh, it has to rub. She doesn't rub. Not at all. And we have some rough-ass roads right out here. Living out in the country, you have a lot of crappy two-lane roads. She does not rub at all. None. I can't remember the offset that I have, but it's deep. Like, when I got it, I was actually scared that I was going to rub, but no rub issues. But if you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask me. You can comment on here, or you can personally message me through my email. So yeah, that's my 2017 Civic Type-R FK8. See y'all in the next one. Bye.